Today's episode is entitled Finding Some Happiness. Hi, thank you for joining me for this episode of Kay's Corner for my 10-minute Tuesday talk. So, this is the beginning of a new series. If you watched some of my previous episodes, you know I usually talk about how to work with children, how to discipline children, and just how to find peace in your home. This series is similar, but it's focused more on self. Oftentimes when we're going through stuff, we think we're going through it alone. That's why I've entitled this series, this segment today, Finding Happiness, because I'm going to have different episodes focused on different ways to find happiness, things that I've gone through that I want to share with you. So often we feel depressed, we feel lonely, we feel sadness and depression, and we often think we're the only people going through our situations. But I truly believe that it's a sin, it's a disservice to humanity if you've experienced something and you don't share it. For a while, I felt like I was just existing, meaning I would get up, I would get ready for work, I would go to work, I would come back home, take a shower, take a nap, go to sleep, and start all over again. For a long time, that's what my life was like. I don't know if you know, some of you will. I was married for 18 years. And one of the things that I'll talk about in this particular series is infidelity and how to handle it and how to handle the hurt. Many of us out there are suffering in that way, and I want to share. Now, again, I want to talk about finding some happiness. I was able to do that, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And I just want to share with you some of the things that I've learned through the course of my life. I'm not an expert. I said that when I spoke about just ways to work with children and to find some peace when it's concerning our children. But fixing myself, I'm still working on that. I really am. But I've found some peace. I found some happiness. I'm married again. And my second marriage is totally different from my first marriage. I met my husband on Black People Meet. That's going to be some new information for some of you, but I want to share that experience. I want to talk about how to look at profiles, how I determined who I would date, just things that I thought were genuine in people. I've been very blessed to have two great men love me. My ex-husband had his faults, but he took care of me. My new husband, he is not perfect. He's perfect for me. But, we have our issues. This month, we will have been married for 3 years, and we've known each other for 5. So I'll talk about just the stigmas of actually Black people my age dating online. We don't do it often. We don't talk about it, but I really want to share because I think many of us are missing out on our happiness because we haven't tried that avenue. So I'll talk to you about that. I'll discuss different ways to bring yourself out of, you know, I call it the dumps. And my mother-in-law from my first marriage, I want to call her name Lizzie Ingram because I love the lady. I still love her. I still love her. She's passed on, but one of the things that she said to me one time when I was just depressed, I was just going through life. I wasn't happy. I really wasn't. And she said to me that I needed to start listening to gospel music. And from that was probably, I know, 10 years ago when she told me to do that. And I share that with people now. I share that with my students at school. Some of them have anger issues and things are going on in their life. And I tell them, you need to have a song. And I'll share my song with you. It's encourage yourself. Sometimes you do have to speak over yourself, and that's my song. When I just have to remember I've gone through a whole lot worse. So I'll talk to you about choosing your song. I'll also talk to you about just taking inventory of your life. So often when we're going through, we forget about all the positive things that are happening. There are so many blessings that we have that other people don't have. And sometimes when you're depressed and you're upset, you forget about that. I'll talk to you about how when you seem that like you're at your lowest point, sometimes you just got to think about other difficult times you've had in your life and how you made it through. And even if the situation is that much different, I want you to focus on the fact that you did make it through. And just like you made it through that time, you'll make it through this time. I've found happiness. I have. My life is not perfect. It's different. I picked up and moved from Georgia to Florida. I'll talk about that experience. That was scary. Getting a divorce was scary, but sometimes taking a leap can be scary. And you got to have faith. If you don't have God, if you don't believe in something bigger than yourself, this new series that I'm going to be presenting to you or presenting to those who choose to listen, it is not for those who don't have faith. I just need you to have mustard seed faith, and you don't have to be a Bible thumper. If you saw some of my previous episodes, I'm not, quoting Bible verses and all of that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I just want you to know that you got to believe in something bigger and something higher than yourself in order to transcend your problems. But we'll make it through. So, find your happiness. Find your happiness. I found mine. It's not easy again. It's going to be some work, but I'm willing to work with you. After this particular episode, comment, and if you want me to contact you, if you want me to talk to you about anything that I've mentioned in this episode that that I said I'd expound on more, comment and I'll get back to you. But I just want to share. It's therapeutic for me, helps me too. But I'm in your corner. Thank you for listening, and I really hope you find your happiness. I'll see you next Tuesday.